Now, where are you from?
From Opelousas, Louisiana. I was born in Houston, Texas. My people Nigerian, Igbo, so like I'm well rounded. Not Jamaican in me, somewhere down there.
Still living in that part of Louisiana?
And I bounce around, I'm a rolling stone. I just set up shop. Any city I go, get myself popping, establish myself, and move to the next.
But if I ask you what's home?
Opelousas.
Okay.
That out.
Now, if somebody's never heard of that, and me personally, I'm not familiar with that part of Louisiana, how far is that from the closest major city someone would know?
The closest major city is Lafayette. Lafayette like a party city. Opelousas is, we country and we city, but like it's real savage in that op because it's so small. So it's like, ain't no hiding. If something go down, something pop off, you got to see that person.
How far is Baton Rouge? How far is New Orleans?
Baton Rouge like my second home. Lived there for like 5 years straight.
So that's closer to you than New Orleans?
Yeah, New Orleans, 2 hours from now.
Okay. And you said you were born in Houston?
Born in Houston.
How far is that from?
From Opelousas, that's like about 5 hours.
I see.
But
now, how old were you when you moved from Houston to Louisiana?
Shit, I was probably not even 5 fingers.
Mm. Do you know the reason for the move?
My mom, my dad had a prearranged marriage from Africa. So like, he kind of wanted my mom and have his wife, and she wasn't going for that. So she was like, I'm about to get it on my own.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, how is your relationship with your father?
Now that we older, it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he kind of deboed me in making a relationship with him. If you know anything about Nigerians, they kind of, control and demanding. You know what I'm saying? So, but we both men now, so it's boo now. Everything boo, copacetic between us too. So.
I see. Now, do you have family in Nigeria? Do you visit Nigeria?
Speaking of that, in July I'm moving to Nigeria for like a month.
Okay.
A month or two, so and linking up with artists out there and things of that nature. Like I said, my hands everywhere. So end of July, this will be my first time going. So I'm the firstborn. So my grandmother, she like almost 90, or probably in her 90s, but she real sick. And she never seen me yet, so everybody like saying like the reason why she's still living because she haven't laid eyes on the firstborn yet. So this summer, God's spell, I'll be out there.
So family stuff and music stuff?
Family stuff, music stuff, and business stuff. In Nigeria, you can buy an acre of land for $5,000. So,
Can you speak Nigerian? Do you understand Nigerian?
No, unfortunately, no. If I'd have grew up with my father in the same household, yeah. I got a little sister. She a genius. Like, she 20, about to graduate college. She know the language and all that. So, but no, I can't. But that's a goal though. In the next 2 years.
I see. All right. Now, what was it like for you growing up in Houston and Louisiana? Paint the picture for us.
In Houston, like I said, it's fast. So, I was young, real young, so I really don't remember that much. But every summer I would go back and forth to Houston. So, did typical things, run with the neighborhood kids. But Opelousas savage, you know what I'm saying, real savage. And it's small, like it's country and it's city. Like individuals might ride horses, but them same individuals that riding horses knock your ass out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think there's no sweet shit going on. And it ain't too many niggas from Opelousas that ain't got them hands. You hear me? Like, we do a lot of scuffling in that out. So, country boy, you know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much.
In these fights, are you the aggressor or are you defending yourself?
Like, coming up, like, when we had G fights, it's really like one of my homeboys who always would bring us in a G fight. His name's Specs, you know what I'm saying? He just got out of prison. But like, he always, like, it'll always be some shit behind Specs with somebody, so then it'll always be a G fight. But like, I'm a cool dude, just like how I am now, so it'll just be like on the strength of all this. That Specs in them homeboys, stay in them homeboys shit. He gotta get it too. So they'll try me and and I just show up. every time, you know, when my number called, I'm showing up. Yeah, shit, I'm gonna roll you out.
Now, would you consider your upbringing rough?
I would say it was. Like, a lot of things was hidden from me, you know what I'm saying? Like, when the lights would get cut off, my mom would send me to my cousin's house. I thought I would just go and play. Shit. But as I got older, she would tell me, like, you know, electricity would be out, so she'll sleep in a cold house and send me to my cousin's house. But as far as, like, missing meals, like, just fucking starving, or flat out, like, not having anything to eat, or not having clothes on my back, nah. You know, my mama, she did what she had to do.
What was your roughest moment maybe growing up?
I would say probably high school. Like high school, like when I started trapping. Like it just was certain things my mama either couldn't do or ain't want to do. And shit, I had to drop my nuts, you know, so the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, where I'm from, the hill, you know what I'm saying, shout out to the hill, bro, Hilltown, Opelousas, you know what I'm saying. Everybody trap on the hill, like they just known for having niggas who trap and get fly. And so shit, I just skipping to get fly shit. I was an athlete, so I just picked up the trapping mentality from them. And shit, took that on from high school on and just never looked back.
How old were you when you started trapping?
I was 17.
Okay.
17, I started selling marijuana and crack. You know what I'm saying? I used to like I say, Opelousas is small and like it's a little behind. So we used to have the rocks in our mouth, you know what I'm saying, the top side. You know, we used to have the weed pent up in my dreadlocks and things of that nature.
Now, were the streets unavoidable? Could you have made another decision? Why go that route? That's a very risky route.
That's the only way to get sometimes in the streets, that's the only way you can get the proper amount of money that you need to fund certain things. You know, I played AAU, high school ball. I needed the shoes. I needed to pay for the uniform. I needed money to go on the trips, things of that nature. My senior year, I was getting ready to go to college. You know, I needed to have money. So the streets was the only way possible that I can get the right amount of revenue in a nice time, you know.
Any regrets on that decision making?
Shit, it cost me my freedom for like almost a year. You know, it cost me a felony. But if I had to do it all over again, I would. I just would stop while I was ahead. But you know, money bring greed, so, and money is a number that continues. So it never have enough. P did almost $1 billion now. He's still trying to climb, you know. So money is just it's the root. It's one of the roots of evil.
I always see it in movies, or I always hear people say it in, you know, just passing by, you know, people that deal with the streets. When they get caught, they always say, boy, that was going to be my last run or my last trip. I was almost done, and then I got caught.
When that last time I got jammed, I was turning up. I was on some trap or die shit. I don't even know how I kept my grades up in school. Like, and that's what really saved me ultimately with the plea bargain that they gave me, you know what I'm saying? To drop charges for me to cop out to a lesser felony. Because I was a student and I had grades behind, you know. But I was really on some trap or die shit. Like, I was wigging. I was wigging.
Now, did you graduate high school?
Of course. I got 2 college degrees.
2 college degrees?
2.
How does one get 2 college degrees?
Well, a lot of schools don't tell you, so I'm going to put y'all on game. When you enroll in college, you know, you have your prerequisites that you have to take. Everybody take the same prerequisites: doctors, lawyers, football coaches, etc.
The associate's degree?
Associates, no. I have a bachelor's.
Right,
and
but an associate's.
So, no. You can get a minor and a bachelor at the same time. So that's what I did. When I got expelled from Southern University, and then I went through the year in prison, when I got out, whoever did my paperwork at Southern, they blessed me. I guess they felt sorry for me. So instead of putting expulsion, they put W's. So the W stand for withdrawal. So when I got out of prison and applied to Southeastern, it didn't raise any red flags.
Mm.
So they just accepted me. And the advisor, you know what I'm saying, she was like, you have so many credits from Southern that might not stick, but you also have so many credits that would stick. Your best move would be to get a minor and, you know, get your bachelor's, get the minor at the same time. And it'll be free. You'll have 2 degrees. So I was like, shit, I done did it all. Bitch, I'm from the hood. This motivation, you know what I'm saying? This motivation for every college dude who gotta wake up and be like, man, fuck this shit. I don't want to go home. I'm about to trap, man. Shit, stay in it. You heard me? Stay in it. Like, stay in it, man. The streets don't love nobody. The streets gonna be there. When I go home to Opelousas, when I slide in and slide out, some of the same niggas who was hustling with me that I came up under, I surpassed them in every aspect of the game, hustling and life. Some of them dudes still riding on a bike. And 5-6 years ago, we was all riding on bikes together, you know.
Now, okay, so you graduate high school, you go to college.
Mm-hmm.
Were you on an athletic scholarship or?
I was a preferred walk-on. And shit, you know, they switch coaches. The assistant coach didn't want to fuck with me. And I was in the streets tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had 3 cars in college, all on campus. Like, I was thugging. You know what I'm saying? I was in the streets, so, like, the basketball and shit, I half-assed it. Come trial time, I always got cut up. Summertime, I practice with the team. When it come time for the fall, I'll get cut because I was in the streets. You know, I was grossing every semester. I was grossing 10 grand. So, you know.
So when you initially go to college and you say you're a preferred walk-on, are you on a scholarship to attend college?
You just like, how this shit?
Financial aid? Get a loan?
It's kind of like they set up your housing for you. You know, they advise you. You practice with the team. You eat with the team. You work out with the team and things of that nature. Like, kind of like, it's kind of like NFL. Like you walking on like you got a 30-day contract for the NBA or something like that.
But you're still going to college classes.
Yeah, you're still going to college, but you know, you get either use the financial aid, you pay out of pocket, TOPS program or something of that nature. I didn't get the TOPS program because I just knew I was gonna get a scholarship, so I ain't take certain classes in high school. And then I had to pay out of pocket, so that's why I really had to turn up with the trapping, because I had to pay college out of pocket.
I see. Now, why that school? Why'd you choose that school for college?
I had to take a remedial at Northwestern when I first got out of high school. I took the remedial, and the coach over there was like, "You gotta cut your dreads, and when you cut your dreads, we're not gonna put you on varsity. We know you can play, but we're gonna put you on JV, and then work your way up to varsity." I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you want to cut my hair to get on JV, then work my way up on varsity? I called Mom, say, "Mom, I'm not coming. I ain't going here." She's like, "Where you gonna go?" Like, "I'm gonna go to Graham." She's like, "Nah, you ain't going that far." I'm like, "Man, I don't want to go to Baton Rouge. I don't want to go to Southern, man. I got that shit." But once I got there, I did like a Jaguar preview, and like I just fell in love with the school. Like they had like, I had never seen that many women in my life. I'm like, shit, Mom, I'm going to Southern.
Now, is that a good? After looking back, is that a good school? Would you advise people to go to that school?
The culture, you know, it's nothing like a HBCU. I say that again, even though, you know what I'm saying, some of the administrators there did their best to try to make sure that I got hit with like the maximum penalties for some of the things that I did up there. I still love that school. There's some things and some people that I would have never met in my life, some connections that I have that's so deep and so powerful that I would have never had if I wouldn't have went there.
I see.
You know, I went to a PWI after that, you know, predominantly white institution. That's where I got my graduate, that's where I got my 2 degrees from. And like I said, it's nothing like a HBCU. So like if I could do it all over again, I would.
And what school was that when you say predominantly white? What?
Southeastern Louisiana University.
Okay, so you went to 2 universities.
I went to 3. I started at Northwestern. The coach wanted me to cut my hair. I did a semester. And when the fall came, I went to Southern for like 3 years. Got expelled. Then I went to Southeastern for 2 years, graduated 2 degrees.
And got expelled after you got the felony charge.
Yeah, I had some pending charges in the streets, and then when I caught them other charges at school, and then bonded out like twice, and then the judge was like, you bonded out too much, $300,000 bond. Couldn't go nowhere. That's how they do in BR, man. They give you a high bond, make sure.
So, okay. All right. So you're going to school, going to college, you're doing the sports thing and trapping at the same time, and that led to, I guess, a felony charge at some point.
Yes, that's correct.
And what charge was that?
They hit me with, well, first I got caught with 560 grams, like in a place in Baton Rouge called Scotlandville. That's a section of neighborhood. 560 grams and a firearm. The firearm was in my name. You know, I had no priors, but when you have a firearm and you have drugs, it's called a CDS, controlled dangerous substance. So they make it seem like that you have a firearm to protect that. So I bonded out on that. I didn't know anybody in Baton Rouge at the time. I got a bullshit lawyer, like a bullshit lawyer. I want to say her name so bad, bro, because she's so bullshit. But she might sue me for slander or some shit. I don't want to say her name, bro. She a woman, y'all. Don't get her, bro. She really bullshit from BR. She kept pushing my shit back for 2 years. I'm thinking I'm good, you know. I'm green to the system. Boom. A bitch I was fucking with wore a wire on me at Southern. Then I get hit with possession with intent to distribute approximately, that's another word for Xanax. That's the, you know what I'm saying? So possession with intent to distribute Xanax, distribution of Xanax, possession with intent to distribute marijuana, distribution of marijuana, school zone charge, and something else, man. And I had like 6 co-defendants. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a sting you heard. Like they try to make it seem like I was running the operation.
I see.
So with those charges plus the charges from 2 years prior, I ran it together. I had to take a plea deal so they gave me a year credit for time served, a year. They gave me a 5-year suspended sentence. And I walked that down in 2.5. So I'm off of probation and things of that nature. And I fell under the new law, like the 998 or some shit. Well, kind of get that shit off your record, but the felony still pop up.
Now, you said you were unhappy with the attorney that you used. What would an attorney that would have been good for you would have done with these charges and the stuff that you had going on? Would it still have played out the same or no?
After the attorney who had fucked over me, I had got another attorney at the same time. So I fired her. I had this other attorney by the name of Bo Brock. You know what I'm saying? Manasseh law firm. Real good attorney. So if you're in Baton Rouge, man, if your money right, fuck with Bo Brock, Manasseh, you know. But and they basically told me, like, if you would have got us from the first charge, you would have never had to sit in prison because we'd have made that shit turn into a fucking possession.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying?
I see.
But being that I had somebody bullshit, you know, in the courtroom they have the, you know, the DA, the judge, and the lawyer, they all eat together, they all play golf together, the kids do sports together, so they know, so they can swap you, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't have that status in the courthouse to where the judge and the DA respect you when it comes trial time, then they'll play with you, and that's what they was doing with the woman, and that was in turn playing with me.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is that the time you actually get expelled, is when you actually do the plea deal and you have...
No, like,
when do they say expulsion? When
September 27, they kicked my shit in, like 4:30 in the morning. Hacked me up. Shit, I ain't get to put on no clothes. I just had shots on it. They hacked me up, bust me up, put me in the van. They get my roommate. They get like 5 other people. And signed a paper. Like I was so fucked up. We had partied the night before. I was so fucked up. I just signed my name on the dotted line. Like, you know, that expulsion, not to come back up to campus and shit. So like that moment, like September 27th, I think 2013. Yeah.
I see. Mm-hmm. So you do a year in jail. I mean, a year in prison.
Prison.
A year in prison. You get out and you go right back. How soon do you go right back into college?
I got out like in April. I wasn't even supposed to leave the state. I got out like April the 4th, April the 5th. As soon as I got out, it was spring break. I ain't have no money, man. Like a few of my homeboys and my homeboy baby mama, she gave me $100. Like my mama gave me like $100. And I went straight to Parental. I'm like, bitch, I'm caged. I was caged up in that fucking can. I'm like, I'm going to Panama, man. Fuck that. I seen my little girl, kicked it with my girl, and a few days later, I was in Panama.
But how quick do you go back to college to finish up these degrees?
It was April. I went back in August. I ain't waste no time because I had a mission in my mind. Like, man, now I'm a convicted felon, bro. I'm like, shit, everybody know this now. You know, like, I've been popping. Been. If I do something, a lot of people gonna gravitate to it. If I say something, a lot of people gonna listen. And not even on no boss hog shit, just on something because I'm intelligent. You know what I'm saying? They know Flock not gonna say nothing, not gonna speak on anything that he has no prior knowledge to. And so I was like, man, I gotta be the one for the hood, to where niggas be like, yeah, that bitch was really on the block trapping. Like, that bitch was really came from a bike to a Ford on 22s to a Candy Blue El Camino to a Cutlass Supreme to a Mustang. You know what I'm saying? He really and shit. He back in school. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I gotta be the one. I gotta be the one to set the tone. So I was like, and I got a daughter. I got a daughter too. And I was like, shit, I gotta be the one. You know what I'm saying? To make that shit cool, cause a lot of street dudes don't make school cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of rappers, y'all be doing that bad too. Like, y'all don't keep it platinum. Y'all don't keep it funky at all with the youth. You know what I'm saying? Y'all holler about all this slang iron, bust this up, and you know what I'm saying? Do that, put that in the rapper, but y'all don't tell how y'all be in that fucking can crying, getting beat up, getting black eyes. Nigga be taking y'all commissary and shit. There's a lot of rappers that you interview from Louisiana who was in locked up. Well, I was locked up and can't make it back there, man. But they don't talk about that though. But we ain't gonna speak on that. Wait till I get popping. Talk about that. Telling you.
Now, why not quit? Because I would think most people, when they do time, they feel like they probably hit a brick wall. College and school is probably the last thing they want to go back to. They probably want to hit the streets. They probably want to get money and go back into maybe a lot of times what got them there in the first place, to get back right, quote unquote. Why not go that route? Why continue on with college? What motivated you to go back to college so quick and really finish it?
Because I just knew, like, it's obvious. These tats, I've been having these. These dreads, I've been having these. My skin, I was born with this skin. And then now I'm a convicted felon on top of that. So every stereotype that America has for me, I fall into. So fuck that. I gotta get a college degree. So that way, that paper, you got to take me serious. If I walk up to your job and present myself in the manner that I'm supposed to, you got to take me serious. When I come out this suit, come out this button up, you hear me? And then we can get some gangster shit popping. But when I'm on your job or when I'm in your face in your interview, you have to take me serious, you know? So that's why I went back, because I know for a fact the college degree gonna better my life. And it is now. I don't have to rap. I can go be a coach somewhere if I want to. I'm motivational speaking, I make more money motivational speaking to schools than doing shows, because I get more venues as far as speaking to students, because they'll look at me, they'll listen. Oh shit, he from the trenches. I'm gonna listen to him, and as far as opposed to listen to the doctor who had a silver spoon his whole life, so doesn't know anything about the struggle. To where as far as Flock, oh man, Flock been down, came up, fell off, came back. Shit, Flock knew about waking up early for a test, being fucked up, being drunk. Still gotta go take that test, you know. So, and the youth, man, I love the youth. You know what I'm saying? The youth is the future. So anything I can do to put them on game and help them, that's what I'm gonna do.
What was your parents' whole thoughts, reaction to everything that was going on? You getting caught up with the charges and...
My mom, she had came to the realization like long before, and was like, my son is trapping. And I broke it down to her. And then, you know, like I say, man, when you getting money, man, when you getting money and you handing individuals money, people turn the other way, turn the other cheek on how you getting that money. So she came to the realization long before that, hey, this is what he doing. But he got a pet, you know what I'm saying? He focused. And I was trying to, see, I think ahead of the game. I was trying to buy foreclosed houses. I was fucking with the stock market on the eTrade.com. So I was really like gonna network my money. But I got fucked up. And my dad, that boy a correctional officer. You know what I'm saying? He retiring this year. So when he found out, he went off the meter. But he couldn't do it. When he went off the meter, I was locked up. So I called. He tried to go hard. I'm like, man, I bet you I'm in jail, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Fuck you was, you heard me? But he still talking this shit today, but like I said, I bounced back and got 2 degrees, so fuck a nigga.
So all this stuff that happened, were your parents caught off guard? Were they surprised when they heard this stuff?
When the judge hit me with that $300,000 bond, my mom bust out crying because she knew it was a wrap. Like, she knew shit, what the fuck we gonna do? Had a house, but, you know, I mean, I wanted to put the house up, but fuck, I had to be real. My dad, like I say, a man not gonna, daddy ain't gonna give a fuck. Daddy gonna help, bitch, I send you some money, put it on your books, say you gotta take your lick. Mama the one that's gonna stress. So you little dudes out there, man, remember when y'all doing shit, don't crash out, man. Like, I know that music you hear, you hear that flock and be ready to bust a nigga up. Hey, don't blame it on me if you crash out and go out sad now. Don't go out sad, bro. Cause your mama gonna be the one that's gonna be hurting behind you, man. You feel me? 448 shit. 448 shit, man.
Now, some people kind of, and when I say people, I mean rappers. Some rappers, they don't really talk about the school thing. If they went to school, they don't talk about it. Some talk about it. I mean, I remember when Lil Wayne went to University of Houston for a second. Yeah. Lil Bibby just stated that he was going to college not too long ago. Nick Cannon has done so much in the music industry, the entertainment industry, and he just recently went to Howard.
Yeah, I seen it.
But without these guys, it's not really talked about. Some people try college, they don't talk about it. It's not advertised, it's not promoted. Why are you not embarrassed to talk about it? Why are you cool with saying, hey, I got 2 degrees too?
Because my background is for real. Like a lot of these dudes, they probably wish they can go to college. A lot of these dudes fuck females who in college, who gotta wake up every day and go to class, you know what I'm saying? So, and they gotta compete with the college. A lot of these rappers have to compete with the college athletes, you know what I'm saying? They got a trick to get college bitches. I don't gotta do none of that shit because I'm a college dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not afraid to shame. I'm not afraid to say it. But a lot of these rappers, they feel that, I'm raw than somebody went to college. Man, Smallz, bro. It's a lot of dudes, so quote unquote raw, street niggas, hood niggas, rappers, that I didn't really bust up with these bitches. And I'm a college dude. Shit, you let this college dude whoop you, you heard me? But, growing up black, shit, the shit that we glorify, the shit that we see early on as masculine is street niggas. When I went to speak to elementary school, I asked him, what your favorite movie is? One of the little dudes, you know what I'm saying? He raised his hand and then drew a cross in the middle of his head. He said, I'm Kevin Gates or whatever. He said, but I said, what's your favorite movie is though? He said, Boyz in the Hood. And I look back, man, that was my favorite movie at that age. That's still one of my favorite movies, bro. So like, my community, that's just what, what was done to us years ago. The shit that we think is masculine, that's really not. That's what we gravitate to. You know what I'm saying? Bad boys ain't no good. Shit, good boys ain't no fun. So that's why a lot of rappers don't really talk about it, because it's easier to glorify some street shit. It's hard to go to school. It's hard to wake up and get good grades. It's hard to walk the straight line, the straight and narrow. It's easy to get wild with yourself. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it's easy to get wild with yourself, but it's hard to, you know what I'm saying? Like Kodak say, it's hard to have tunnel vision. Oh yeah, man. Free Young Boy and free Kevin Gates, man. You know, Louisiana. Anything coming out of Louisiana, I fuck with.
You make it sound so easy. Going to school, going to prison, going back to school. But I can't even imagine how hard that really is. I mean, I watch like Lockup, which is, you know, documentary style about prison, right? And I see some of the stuff they go through. And you had to endure that for a year.
Accurate
and then
depiction.
Had the motivation to go back to college. I think a lot of people would just have such a tough time with that.
Accurate depiction. Lockup. I used to watch that shit so much even before I started trapping. And even during. My mom would be like, why you watch that? Like, what's wrong with you? I didn't want to tell her, but in my mind I'm like, I'm going to be there one day because it's a fact. You know what I'm saying? If you trapping going hard, it's going to come. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody going to tell on you, you're going to make a mistake, you're going to get greedy. So that really helped me to, like, when I first got to prison, I ain't talked for like 2 months. I only talked to my cellmates. And a lot of dudes in there thought that I came from up the road. They like, man, he must be a Vic. He just good. Like, he know exactly how to, you know what I'm saying? But watching Lockup really helped me. And, you know, still to this day, I haven't been in prison, haven't been in anybody's jail for like almost 3 years. I'm still institutionalized. I'm still tuition. Like, can't anybody just stand behind me without me turning sideways to, you know what I'm saying, to see like what the fuck you got going on. Like, it shit fuck you up though. Like, it shit fuck you up. Prison's stressful, man. I'm talking about it. It's not easy. The physical part is easy. Fighting and all that shit easy, man. If you a man and you a stand-up individual, shit, it ain't nothing for no wrecking. We can get some wrecking any day in that bitch. Take the slippers off, barefoot, however you want it. Get wreck call all day. But it's the things that you miss from the outside, your family members, your kids, your friends. When you make that phone call and this person out there just bought a Jag. This person out there just bought a house. They getting married. That shit tell you, that shit wear you down to the point where you be like, enough is enough. So it's not easy. I talk about it like it's simple. But when you put your mind in Joe's mode that, hey man, I'm in this bitch, I'm not going nowhere. I'm about to do this little number, I do this little calendar and get on down. Once you put your mind in Joe's mode, then it become easy. But it's very stressful. Smallz, like, I cried 3 times in prison, bro.
You said you had to take that plea deal. Looking back, was that the right decision? Do you wish you would have fought it and took it to trial, or?
Man, on drug cases, Smallz, they really have you to the right. I mean, they really have you to the left. It ain't like a murder charge where you whack something, you step on something, dead man can't talk, they don't got no witness, no gun, no case. So you can walk that down. But with a dope charge, 9 times out of 10, they got something on you. And like I said, they had the bitch with a wire on me. If they made the bitch with a wire, I know for a fact, if I'd have took it to the trial, they'd have made the bitch come to court. She'd have been bold enough to come to court, you understand me? Matter of fact, the bitch from Atlanta. Man, bitch named Shay. All that. Yeah, that way, man. But I had to, bro. I wanted to go home. And that's why the conviction rate, if the feds got like a 90-something% conviction rate among blacks. Now, I never did Fed time. I'm just giving you some numbers. Right. And you know, but that's why certain states have a lot of conviction rates, because dudes be wanting to go home, man. So they might tell you, look, take these 10 years papers, or you could do 3 years. If you weak, you gonna take the 10 years, knowing that, man, I get out, I'm a felon. I don't have no work history. I'm a felon. Don't have a high school diploma. What the fuck I'm gonna do? I'm going back to the trap. Now you got 10 years of probation. Now white folks not about to cut you off early with 10 years. They're gonna stretch your ass out to about 5 or 7. So you just committed suicide. You get some new charges, get some new numbers added, and you gotta back up that 10. But you want to go home. So soon they come with that, I'm trying to go home. But good thing with me, like I said, I had a mission. And the judge was like, you graduate college, I'm gonna let you off probation early. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was hard, bro. Like, that shit wasn't easy, Smallz. I still had the trap. You know what I'm saying? When I got out of prison, Going into my second semester, somebody stole my Cutlass Supreme. I ain't had nothing after that. That was the last thing I had from the dope game. You know what I'm saying? Nigga stole my shit with a tow truck, bro. I had no choice but to drop my nuts. Or drop out of school and go work. And I'm like, man, it came too far, bro. I had no choice but to drop my nuts, man.
And I have heard of the tow truck stealing cars game. That's pretty serious out there.
Man, picture you park somewhere and you go somewhere. Or picture you park somewhere, your car stop. My radiator had cracked, it was in the winter. You know, the old school cars, you gotta start up and let it warm. I started my shit and just shot out. My shit cracked. I pulled on the side of the road. I called a little female to come get me. I was gonna go back the next day. The next day, my shit was gone. No glass on the ground, anything. So imagine you go bring your girl somewhere to get something to eat, and somebody just take your shit with a tow truck. That's a free lick. You can't do nothing about it. They take your shit, strip your shit, you done.
Happens a lot more frequently than people think.
I'm telling you.